So tell me how Hitch handled that, and then about that scene, if you could.
Yeah. So, when I first read the script, I said, Mr. Hitchcock, why would Melanie Daniels go up those stairs, knowing what has happened to everybody in town, the children, the farmer, there was a disaster. We are boarded up in a house because they are out there. And why would I go up those stairs all by myself? Well, that's the first thought he ever had about that question. And he said, because I tell you to. and then I said, after I open that door and all of those birds come flying at me, how could we be doing that? And he said, oh, well, we'll just use the mechanical birds like we do when the children are working.
Liar.
I said, okay, cool. They all lied to me. Every one of them lied to me. All those months. And on the day that it was a Monday, that we were to start that scene, and the late Jim Brown came in to my dressing room on the set, and he couldn't look at me. He looked at the floor, and the walls, the ceiling, and I said, what's the matter with you, Jim? And he said, the mechanical birds don't work, we have to use real ones, and out the door he sailed. And I picked my jaw up from the floor after seeing what had happened in this movie, and I went out to the set. You know what? There wasn't a mechanical bird in sight, but there was a chain link cage around the door that I come in, and inside that cage were cartons that high, like that, with raven, gull, a few pigeons thrown up, and 3 bird trainers with gauntlets up to their shoulders, which they hurled at me for a week.
Sometimes tying the birds to you.
Yes, at the end of the scene where I'm on the floor, they put bands around my body with strings attached to them and pulled them through the tears in the dress and put me on the floor and tied the birds to me. And one of them was on my shoulder, and about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because they were loosely tied so they could move around, and one of them jumped and got way too close to my eye, and I just said, I'm done. And I got all of the birds off me and just sat in the middle of the set, just sobbing of sheer exhaustion.